The sun was setting over the sprawling city of Abuja, casting a warm orange glow over the luxurious neighborhoods. In one of the grand estates, Mr. Christopher Thompson, a wealthy and influential billionaire, was hosting a high-profile party to showcase his latest business deal. The cream of Nigerian society had gathered in his opulent mansion, mingling and sipping champagne. Meanwhile, outside the gates, a young woman named Maya stood nervously, clutching her bag and a copy of her resume. She had heard about the job opening for a housemaid at Mr. Thompson's mansion and was determined to get it. The pay was more than double what she was currently earning, and she needed it to support her sick mother. As she approached the gate, the security guard eyed her suspiciously. "What do you want?" he growled. "I'm here to apply for the housemaid position," Maya replied, trying to sound confident. The guard snorted. "You're not even dressed properly. You think you can just walk in here and get a job?" Maya's heart sank, but she refused to give up. She took a deep breath and explained her situation, and to her surprise, the guard took pity on her. He let her in and told her to wait by the kitchen. As she waited, Maya couldn't help but feel a sense of trepidation. She had heard whispers about Mr. Thompson's temper and arrogance, and she wondered if she had made a mistake coming here. But it was too late now. The party was in full swing, and the guests were enjoying themselves. Maya took a deep breath and stepped into the kitchen, where the staff was busy preparing canapes and drinks. That's when she saw him, Mr. Christopher Thompson, the billionaire himself, standing in the doorway, surveying his kingdom. He was even more imposing up close, with piercing eyes and a stern expression. "Ah, you must be the new maid," he said, his voice dripping with condescension. "I hope you're not planning on embarrassing me in front of my guests." Maya shook her head, feeling a surge of resentment. She knew she had to tread carefully if she wanted to keep her job. The night wore on, and Maya worked tirelessly, serving drinks and clearing plates. She was determined to prove herself, and by the end of the evening, she had earned the respect of the other staff members. As the party came to a close, Mr. Thompson approached her. "You're still here," he said, his voice a little softer. "I suppose you're not completely incompetent. Report to the kitchen at 6 a.m. sharp tomorrow. We'll see if you can keep up with the pace around here." Maya nodded, feeling a sense of relief. She had gotten the job. Little did she know, her life was about to change in ways she never could have imagined. The next morning, Maya arrived at the kitchen at 5:30 a.m., eager to start her new job. The other staff members were already there, preparing breakfast for Mr. Thompson and his family. The chef, a kind-faced woman named Mrs. Johnson, took Maya under her wing and showed her the ropes. Maya was a quick learner, and soon she was helping with the cooking and cleaning. As she worked, Maya couldn't help but notice the way the other staff members tiptoed around Mr. Thompson. He was demanding and critical, always finding fault in their work. But Maya refused to let him intimidate her. She did her job to the best of her ability, and if Mr. Thompson had a problem with it, she would politely ask him to clarify. As the days went by, Mr. Thompson began to take notice of Maya. She was the only one who didn't seem to be afraid of him, and he wasn't sure what to make of it. One day he stormed into the kitchen, furious that his breakfast wasn't ready. "You're fired," he shouted, slamming his fist on the table. "You're incompetent and useless." Maya calmly looked up at him, a hint of a smile on her face. "I'm not incompetent, Mr. Thompson," she said, her voice steady. "I simply chose not to prioritize your breakfast over the more important task of polishing your shoes with the expensive champagne you wasted on a business deal last night." The room fell silent. Mr. Thompson's face turned red with rage, but Maya's words had struck a chord. His employees had been walking on eggshells around him for so long they had forgotten how to speak up. Mr. Thompson's anger turned to embarrassment, and he stormed out of the kitchen, leaving Maya to continue her work. The other staff members stared at her in awe. "You're either very brave or very foolish," one of them whispered. Maya just smiled and continued with her work. She knew she had done the right thing. As the days went by, Mr. Thompson's behavior began to change. He became more considerate and respectful, and Maya's reputation as the housemaid who had taken him down a peg spread throughout the city. But little did Maya know, Mr. Thompson's transformation was just beginning. He was about to learn a valuable lesson about the power of humility and kindness. As the weeks went by, Maya settled into her new role as a valued member of the household staff. Mr. Thompson's behavior continued to improve, and he began to treat her with a newfound respect. One day, as Maya was cleaning the living room, Mr. Thompson approached her with a curious expression. "Maya, can I ask you something?" he said, his voice softer than usual. "Of course, Mr. Thompson," Maya replied, looking up from her task. "Why did you stand up to me that day in the kitchen?" he asked, his eyes searching for answers. "Don't you know I could have fired you on the spot?" Maya took a deep breath, choosing her words carefully. "I knew you wouldn't fire me, Mr. Thompson," she said. You needed someone to speak the truth to you, and I'm glad I could be that person." Mr. Thompson looked taken aback, but he nodded thoughtfully. "I suppose I did," he said. "I've been so focused on building my business, I forgot what it means to be human." Maya smiled, sensing an opportunity to connect with her employer. "We all need someone to remind us of our humanity, Mr. Thompson," she said. "Even you." Mr. Thompson chuckled, a rare sight, and shook his head. "You're something else, Maya," he said. "I think I'm going to start calling you my conscience." From that day on, Mr. Thompson made an effort to engage with Maya, asking her about her life and listening to her stories. Maya found herself opening up to him, sharing her dreams and aspirations. As they talked, Maya realized that Mr. Thompson wasn't the monster she had imagined. He was just a man, flawed and struggling like everyone else. Their conversations became a highlight of Maya's day, and she looked forward to their talks more and more. But she couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to Mr. Thompson's story, a deeper pain that he was hiding from. One evening, as she was leaving the kitchen, Mr. Thompson approached her, a somber expression on his face. "Maya, can I ask you something?" he said, his voice low. "Of course, Mr. Thompson," Maya replied, her curiosity piqued. "Will you help me with something?" he asked, his eyes pleading. "I want to make things right, but I don't know how." Maya's heart went out to him, and she nodded without hesitation. "I'll help you, Mr. Thompson," she said. "We'll figure it out together." Maya's words of reassurance seemed to lift a weight off Mr. Thompson's shoulders, and for a moment she saw a glimpse of the man he once was, before the weight of his responsibilities and expectations had hardened him. "Thank you, Maya," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "I think I need your help to find my way back to who I used to be." Over the next few weeks, Maya and Mr. Thompson began to work together, brainstorming ideas to give back to the community and make amends for his past mistakes. Maya encouraged him to use his wealth and influence to make a positive impact, and for the first time in years, Mr. Thompson felt a sense of purpose beyond his business empire. As they worked, Maya noticed that Mr. Thompson seemed to be carrying a burden, a deep pain that he refused to confront. She gently prodded him, asking if he was okay, but he would shut down, changing the subject or excusing himself. Maya didn't press the issue, but she made a mental note to keep an eye on him. She sensed that there was more to his story, a story that he was struggling to keep hidden. One evening, as they were working late, Mr. Thompson's phone rang, shattering the silence. He answered it, his expression darkening as he listened to the person on the other end. Maya could hear the raised voice, the tone of anger and accusation, but she couldn't make out the words. Mr. Thompson's face turned pale, and he stumbled backward, as if hit by a physical blow. Maya jumped up, concerned, but he waved her away, his eyes wild with pain. "It's my son," he whispered, his voice barely audible. "He's been struggling, and I've been ignoring him. I've been ignoring my family, my responsibilities." Maya's heart went out to him, and she took a step forward, but Mr. Thompson held up a hand, stopping her. "No, Maya, I need to face this alone." He walked out of the room, leaving Maya feeling helpless and worried. She didn't know what was going on, but she knew she had to be there for him, no matter what. The next day, Mr. Thompson was nowhere to be found. Maya searched the mansion, but he was gone, leaving behind only a note with a single sentence. "I'm going to face my past. Please take care of the house." Maya's heart sank, and she knew she had to do something. She called his phone, but it went straight to voicemail. She was about to call the authorities when she remembered something he had told her earlier, a small, secluded place where he used to go to clear his head. She grabbed her keys and set off, determined to find him and bring him back. Maya drove through the winding roads, the lush greenery of the Nigerian countryside a blur as she sped towards the secluded spot Mr. Bard Thompson had told her about. She had a feeling he would be there, trying to confront the demons of his past. As she arrived, she saw Mr. Thompson sitting on a rock, staring out at the breathtaking view of the valley below. He looked lost, broken and vulnerable. Maya approached him slowly, not wanting to startle him. "Mr. Thompson," she said softly, placing a hand on his shoulder. He turned to her, his eyes red-rimmed from crying. For a moment, they just looked at each other, and Maya felt a deep connection to this man who had been hiding behind his wealth and power for so long. "My son, Daniel," Mr. Thompson said, his voice cracking. "He's been struggling with addiction, and I've been ignoring him, just like I ignored my wife when she was alive." Maya's heart went out to him, and she sat down beside him, taking his hand in hers. "You can make it right, Mr. Thompson," she said. "You can be there for Daniel and make amends." Mr. Thompson looked at her, tears streaming down his face. "I don't know how, Maya. I don't know how to be a good father, a good person." Maya smiled, a warmth spreading through her chest. "You already are, Mr. Thompson," she said. "You just need to let go of the past and let yourself be loved." As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the valley, Mr. Thompson leaned forward, his head in his hands, and wept. Maya held his hand, tears of her own streaming down her face, as he finally began to heal. From that day on, Mr. Thompson began to rebuild his life, with Maya by his side. He got help for Daniel, and together they started a foundation to support families affected by addiction. As for Maya, she became more than just a housemaid. She became a trusted friend, a confidant, and a guiding light in Mr. Thompson's life. And as they stood together, looking out at the breathtaking view, Maya knew that sometimes it takes a quiet, gentle soul to humble a mighty heart. What is your view about this story? Where are you watching from? If you like the story, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel for more interesting stories.